It's always you. Keep falling for you. Keep falling for you. Keep falling for you.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's having a great day, as always. Today we are back with another Road Glide update for you guys. And what we're going to be doing today is replacing my Harley Davidson chiseled low bars that I put on about 8 months ago. After running these bars for about 8 months now, I realized they're really not for me. After being down in Daytona, seeing a bunch of performance baggers with T-bar setups, I sat on a whole bunch of different bikes down there, different Road Glides. I really liked the feel of a T-bar on a bagger. It fit me real well, and I just liked the way they looked along with how it felt. These bars here, with them only being 9 inches tall, I ordered a 9-inch tall bar, a mini ape, back 8 months ago when I first got my Road Glide, because I'm a shorter rider, so I felt like a shorter bar would be better for me, when it's actually opposite. You would think that a shorter bar would make you have less of a reach, but for some reason, these bars, after riding a couple bikes with 10-inch mini apes, 12-inch mini apes, and bikes with T-bars, I actually, like a 12-inch rise T-bar, I actually like the way that feels better than my 9-inch bars, because when I'm on the bike with the 9-inch mini apes here, the chiseled low bars from Harley, which is what I have installed on it right now, I tend to reach real far. I feel like I'm reaching further than with a 12-inch or a 10-inch mini ape. So I want to go ahead and take these bars off and replace them with these over here. So these bars here, which we're going to install today, are called FXR Division Motorwitch bars. If you can see here in the video, they look just like a standard 12-inch mini ape. But what's cool about these bars is that they have the true T-bar feel, but you still use your stock clamps and your stock triple trees. You don't have to cut into the Road Glide gauge cluster like with most T-bar setups, like remove your fork lock and basically cut holes in this plastic piece here, and or relocate your gauges up top or somewhere else like most T-bar applications make you do. So what's cool about these bars, FXR Division has somebody there, I believe his name is he goes by Motorwitch, and he developed this bar himself for people like me that don't want to cut into their brand new bike and chop it all up. So what he did was he made a bar that uses the factory location bar mounts, and it almost looks just like a regular mini 8, but it has the bend and the rise that a true 12-inch T-bar has. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and order up a set of these and try them out myself. I really wanted to do a true T-bar setup on this bike, but I just couldn't bring myself to cutting up my gauge cluster here and relocating my gauge and or removing my fork lock. So the only other option there is to make for a clean and easy install is to run these Motorwitch bars from FXR Division. So what we're going to do is we are going to install these new FXR Division 12-inch Motorwitch bars on my 2019 Road Glide Special today. So as you guys can see here, these 9-inch chiseled low bars from Harley, they kind of have like a bend to them, like they kind of curve up, and it looks really cool. These bars, to me, look really good on the bike. It makes the bike look real sharp. They're not super tall and lengthy, and they kind of hide behind the fairing, so you're not getting blasted in the wind. I really do like the way these chiseled low bars look from Harley. However, they just don't feel good to me anymore. I've had them for 8 months, and then after riding a bike down in Daytona that had T-bars on it, I realized that I want to go the T-bar route and more of the performance bagger route. Now, I'm going to try these out, and if I don't like them, I'll go a different route for bars, probably just like a standard 10-inch or a 12-inch rise mini ape that has more of a wider stance. So speaking of width, these bars here, I don't remember the exact width on these, but what's cool about the Motorwitch bars is they are only 30 inches from tip to tip. So it's a real narrow bar, and they say the performance and the handling is much better with a more narrow bar versus wider bar. So we're going to try those out. I may not like them, we don't know. So I'll I'll update you guys in a separate video on a review of those Motorwitch bars from FXR division and let you guys know if you're looking for performance and you're looking for better handling on your road glide. I will definitely keep you guys updated and posted and let you know if it did help performance on the bike. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and tear these old bars off the bike and get the new FXR division Motorwitch bars installed on my road glide. Just to let you guys know, I'm not going to go through a step-by-step how-to video on how to remove the bars. If you'd like to know how to do that, I did make a separate video about 8 months ago when I installed these chiseled low bars from Harley. I'll leave a link in the description below to that video. I will also put that video in the upper right-hand corner at the end of this video for you guys to click on if you want to know how to take off the bars, remove your odometer switch, you know, take off the bar clamps and everything properly. There is a special way to do it on these road glides. It's not very hard. The teardown is not hard. What's hard is running the wires through the bars. So make sure you guys go check out that video. I do an in-depth how-to video on how to change bars on a road glide and or street glide. But I did do a video on that, and it's about 25 minutes long. So I didn't want to make this video super long and tell you guys how to do all that because I already did that in a separate video. So make sure you guys go check that video out. If you have any questions on removing your stock bars and putting on any aftermarket bars on your road glide, like I mentioned, I went in depth and showed you guys exactly what to do and how to do it on how to change bars out on a road glide. So make sure you guys go check that out. Also, if you guys are wondering what phone mount I run, this is an aluminum phone mount from Amazon. I believe it was like 13 bucks. I'll put a link in the description below on where I got it. I absolutely love this mount. I like it because it's all aluminum and it's real easy. Just slide your phone in and then twist this screw and it shuts it, you know, it locks the phone in real nice and tight. Alright guys, so we got the bike all tore apart here. Got the old bars off, got the clutch lever and brake lever and front brake line, clutch line, and basically the whole perch just laying over the tank. Make sure you guys cover your tanks and put towels down, that way you don't scratch anything. This is just a nice safe place to put them so that they don't hang down and hit your engine or anything like that. So anyway, we got the old bars off here, as you can see. Got the gauge pod over here. And then now to the fun part. Went ahead and set up a table over here. We went ahead and pulled out the old wires and cables out of the old bars. Those are the chiseled low bars that I just took off. What a pain in the butt that was, guys. If you have ever done bar install yourself, this part here is the worst part. What I use to fish the lines through is a piece of fishing line, actually, with a weight at the bottom of it. And basically I put it in the end of the handlebar and then let gravity do its justice and find its way out the other hole. So that's what we're going to do now. So yeah, we got the old wiring harnesses all pulled out of the bars, throttle by wire pulled out, and then obviously the left side as well. So we got all those pulled out, and then now I'm going to run all these wires through the new bars here. So here's the old bars and here's the new bars. I'm going to keep them protected by keeping this on there. That way I don't scratch the black powder coat on the bars. So I'm going to go ahead and run these wires through here next. So let the fun begin. But we got the wires out of the bar and got them installed in my new bars, which are the 12-inch Motorwitch bars from FXR division. As you guys can see here, what do you guys think? I absolutely love these bars. I have them positioned at the same angle as my front forks to get the best performance out of them and handling. It's actually, I'll put a picture up, it's exactly where I need them for my ride height and everything. I'll show you a picture of me on the bike with my reach and everything. But man, I absolutely love these bars. What do you guys think? Comment down below, let me know your thoughts on these. If you guys are in the market for a T-bar setup on your bagger and you don't want to cut up your gauge pods, and you don't want to, you know, put holes in this, you know, ruin all that and remove your fork lock, these are what you guys need to go with. These are Motorwitch bars from FXR division. They make them in a 12-inch rise and in a 14-inch rise. These here are a 12-inch rise, and they are literally perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. It's got the 30-inch width from tip to tip, 30.5 to be exact, and it's a great feeling. I just rode it around the block, and I absolutely love them. So as you guys can see with my bike here, I'm going for more of the performance bagger look, but I'm not going all the way. I'm keeping my stretched bags, I'm keeping my dual exhaust. I like the way it looks back here. So I'm not gonna do chop bags and all that. I'm not trying to do 12 o'clock wheelies on this thing. If I can get the wheel up at 2-3 feet, I'll be happy. I just like the whole performance bagger look. I like the step-up seat. I got the Lucky Dave seat here. I've got the MX style floorboards down here. Stay tuned, I got a new brake pad coming for that to match the floorboards. And then same over here. I'm getting rid of these, getting rid of the heel shifter, and I'm going to be putting an MX style toe shifter on here as well to match the boards. I got the chopped crash bar / engine guard, and then to top it all off, I just got my new Motorwitch bars from FXR division, and man, did they turn out good. I will say another thing, they did a really good job on the powder coat of these bars. A lot of bars don't match the Harley Vivid Black, and these are very glossy, very shiny, and super easy install once you get the wires through the bars. You have access to your Torx bit here to take off your gauge pod. I mean, they're a real nice clean setup. All your controls fit really nicely up here on the handlebars on both sides. Your mirrors are adjusted properly. I mean, overall, I'm very satisfied with these bars from FXR division. So that's going to complete today's install video of the 12-inch Motorwitch bars from FXR division. If you have any questions, comment down below. I will try to answer as many as I can. Another thing I wanted to mention to you guys is we just hit 20,000 subs on YouTube. I never thought this day would come. I greatly appreciate all your support, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this without you guys, so I greatly appreciate your support on the channel. Make sure you guys go check out all my different Harley content. I have some truck content, I've got car content, I'm a motorsports related channel, so I have a lot of different content on my channel, so make sure you guys go back to all my recent videos and check those out as well. But that's going to complete today's video, guys. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button. I've got tons of awesome content coming for you guys this summer, so stay tuned for that. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Peace!